Hi, I'm Ola Melzig. I've been involved with live music production on the highest level for the past 30 years. Today, we'll be reviewing live music in TV and film. This is a scene from the Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga.
I saw you, and then all of my eyes turned on.
I've been working with Eurovision for the past 20 years. And in this clip, they are actually showing the Eurovision stage from Tel Aviv.
Sometimes I pinch myself.
The song is very similar to songs that we hear on Eurovision every year.
I want to stop the clocks and hold you close.
It's upbeat, it's cute, it's friendly, it's huggable, a little bit silly, which is Eurovision in a nutshell. We actually had a hamster wheel on stage one year. We also seen giant trumpets, waterfalls, holograms. The sky is the limit when it comes to props for the Eurovision Song Contest. Since you only have 30 seconds to do set change between two songs, there is not physical time enough to bring in a hamster wheel, put Will Ferrell in it, bring it up to the ceiling, and then start the song. You're gonna need at least 90 seconds to do that. Stuff breaks. Eurovision is by far the most rehearsed TV show in the world, but it is live. We have double of everything. We have 2 TV trucks, we have 2 sound trucks. Everything has a backup. I even have a backup. This clip is from Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam.
Well,
So this scene is from a summer camp, but this size of a stage is more likely to find in a 10,000-seater arena for a rock band. I would expect a little bit more rock from a movie with this title. Can I say that? You can see a lot of moving lights in this scene, which is an intelligent lighting fixture that can move, it can zoom, it can strobe, it can change color. They have a lot of them, so there's a lot of time going into not only rig them and wire them, but also to program them. So this is very ambitious. It's hard to see if the singer is using in-ear system. If she doesn't, there's way too little monitor wedges on the stage for everyone to hear what they're actually playing. A stage of this size, we're gonna look at the $100,000 minimum to set it up and program it and execute it. So it's a very nice summer camp. This next clip is from A Star Is Born.
There's a friend of mine who came a long way to be here, and she wrote a great song, and I'd just like her to sing it. I think it's pretty fucking good.
In this clip, there's a lot of people on the side stage.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Phil's all right. Didn't bother you at all.
So
Okay.
nice.
So listen, we're gonna sing that song, all right?
So in this scene, there is a last-minute set list change. That can happen if you are surrounded by a really good live band. You can do pretty much anything. Usually the set list is decided by the band. Some bands tend to stick with the same set list. Some bands want to mix it up every day. And quite often you get the set list half an hour before show on a napkin. In this particular scene, it's quite obvious that the artist and the band has planned this, so there is a microphone put out for Lady Gaga. When it's a bit more spontaneous, you just need to wing it. It's part of the excitement of doing live rock and roll shows, and it's a part of the charm. Keeps you awake. Overall, this movie is very realistic. There is not a single part of this movie where I, as an industry professional, goes, well, that's never gonna happen, or it doesn't work like this. This clip is from the movie Pitch Perfect 3.
On behalf of the Department of Defense, we would like to welcome you to Naval Air Station Rota, Spain. We're going to be with you the whole tour as your escorts and security details.
Question, will we all be showering together?
Having a show in a hangar is pretty much the only thing that is realistic with this clip. We do that all the time. People's Choice Award is filmed in a hangar in the Santa Monica airport, for example. It's not likely that it's military personnel that is greeting the bands when they arrive. Surely there is a promoter, there's a producer, there's a floor manager, someone involved in this. When the artist or talent arrives, you take them to the dressing rooms. You don't go on a spontaneous walkabout inside a construction area. That's just a no-no. Very strange also to see that no one of the crew is wearing high-vis vests or hard hats. This is a dangerous environment. There's a lot of things that can hurt you.
At the big stage, built up for the tour.
It seems like they just built a bunch of stuff to make it look like something they've seen on TV. I really don't see a stage. I see a lot of scaffolding. I see a lot of trussing. I don't see any lighting. I don't see any sound.
Question.
Yep.
So this is the first base. Will we be going to second base with you guys?
So this next clip is from Spice World.
Suppose the whole lot of you had been drowned.
Well, we weren't though, were we? Speak for yourself.
What do you think you were doing going off like that?
We were just having fun.
What?
You know, fun, like ha 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 ha.
Look, Clifford, we're old enough to take responsibility for our own lives. Do you know what I mean?
You don't have a life, you have a schedule.
In this case, it is realistic that the band is on stage while construction is going on, because it's the Spice Girls. It was one of the biggest bands in the world. A dedicated show just for them, of course, would require their presence. So the person you see climbing on a ladder in the back is most probably a lighting tech on his way up to the lighting truss to focus lights. It is really not realistic that he would do that without any sort of personal protection equipment, like a harness.
Oh, just don't be so uptight, Clifford.
Uptight? Uptight? You've got a live gig here tomorrow. It's my job to see that you turn up.
As manager for any band, you have to put the band in center. They are the stars, and you are there to make them feel happy and comfortable. And if you fail with that, especially hours before a show, you have no business being a manager.
You don't want to turn up here tomorrow night?
Well, maybe we don't. Listen, you. It's up to us whether we turn up to this gig or not tomorrow, all right?
Okay. Stay at home. That's fine.
Thank God it's very rare that a show is canceled just hours before it's supposed to go live. That doesn't happen very often, unless there's been a very serious accident. Well, it's not likely that a band would break up because they argue with their manager. It would be more likely that they would replace that manager and move on.
I think I may have just started the breakup of the Spice Girls.
This next clip is from Josie and the Pussycats.
Operation Big Concert, where we finally take things to the next level.
You're picking all my favorite movies. The 3D model showed in the clip is very realistic. That's the first thing we make sure that we have, so we can plan everything. I think it's really funny that how easy it's made here. Clearly, you're gonna need more than an arena and a couple of headsets to produce a concert. It's really not this simple.
We're playing a stadium concert?
This weekend.
You're gonna need a stage, you're gonna need sound, you're gonna need lighting, you're gonna need toilets, ushers, wardrobe, security. All this needs to be carefully planned.
When Josie and the Pussycats play their stadium concert, all the kids in the audience, as well as the ones watching at home, will have to purchase these. It's the debut of 3DX surround sound.
We see them debuting a new audio technology, and this is very complicated, and it never works on the first try. I've never seen a concert where they're using headphones for immersive sound. However, there is a way of doing it with physical speakers. It adds to the concert experience, but it also comes with a lot of limitations.
These kids will never know what hit them.
Up next is a clip from Rockstar. Well, the stage is a very dangerous place. It's dark and there's smoke, there's strobe lights, there's lights in your face. It's very easy to step where you shouldn't step. This is also why production rehearsals are important, to get the artist comfortable with the stage, especially in the happy 80s when you had all these lots of risers and stairs and lifts and lots of pyro. Everything that happens on stage is supervised and also initially approved by the stage manager, but it's people, it's live, you have human errors. The only way to prevent these things from happening is to keep the band sober enough to perform and rehearse. At the core is the show must go on. That's exactly what happens in this clip. No one comes out on stage to help the guy. They give him a chance to just recover and continue, which he does. That was a couple of years ago when Dave Grohl fell off the stage at a show in Gothenburg and broke his leg. They took a break for an hour or so, and then the band was actually back on stage with Dave in a chair. That's rock and roll. This next clip is from Almost Famous. In this clip, we see the band driving into the venue in the backstage entrance, and that is still something that we do today. In most venues, it's quite an open and public space where the band actually enters the arena.
Come on! Classes, girls, come and get him!
Oh no, not this one.
Who brought Opie? Oh, he's with
Top
us.
of the round.
Don't tell me you were Opie. I'll take care of this. If I can.
Well, if you know the right people, it is exactly this easy to get backstage. But it's all depending on who you are and who you know. Back then, when this movie took place, it was absolutely a lot easier to get in. Backstage security has increased a lot over the past couple of decades. Today, you have scanners, magnetic scanners, you have to check your bags. There's much more money at stake today. Also, the touring costs are much higher today, so it has changed, absolutely. But you know, if you're well connected, you will get in to a show this easy, even today, if you're vaccinated.
Freddie, he's with us. Come on this way, bro.
He's not on your list.
Here's
the list of people who do belong, all right?
So this next scene is from This Is Spinal Tap.
And oh, how they danced. The little children of Stonehenge. Beneath the haunted moon. For fear that daybreak might come too soon.
Usually the band are very involved in designing the props and the set for their show because it is a part of their image. I would say it's rare when the artist doesn't have any input.
Let's hear your suggestion.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. It's the best production value we've ever had on stage.
But we haven't got the equipment. We
Not
haven't
yet,
got
we
Stonehenge.
don't.
When a band has an idea, it's surprisingly often illustrated on a napkin. You get some sort of rough sketch of what it's supposed to be. You would also be surprised of how many contracts for tours that originates from a napkin. Sometimes you have to redesign a prop. What was a great idea on the sketchboard wasn't that great of an idea in reality. And it could be for a number of reasons, all the way down to something simple as it does not fit on a truck.
Look, this is what I was asked to build. 18 inches, right here, it's specified, 18 inches. I was given this napkin.
With today's tools, it doesn't happen so often that you miscalculate so much as in this clip. So you can create a perfect replica of your set in a 3D model.
Are you telling me that this is it?
So this next scene is from Nashville.
Is there anybody out there?
Excuse me, you know we're trying to put on a show here, right? You go home. No, you're not going to just stand down there in the dark and ruin the show for everybody else.
If this happened on a show I did, I would ask security to go out and remove the people that was disturbing. The number one disturbance that we try to prevent is stage intruders. It's a showstopper. That's where we put our focus.
I want what everybody wants. I want people to love me.
Singer meltdowns do happen. I've seen singers jumping into the crowd to punch people in the audience. I've seen singers jump into the security ditch and hit security people. There's many ways to handle it, and it depends on the situation, of course. The time when we had a singer jumping into the audience, well, then he's on his own. If he's that stupid, there's, good luck, and hopefully you come back. I don't see it being likely that someone stops her live performance to lecture the audience, and the audience is dead silence, so she can actually communicate. I mean, have you ever been in a concert hall that was dead silent? Also, when you are on stage, and as in this case, she has an in-ear system, you're deaf. You only hear what's going on in your headphones, unless it's a very, very, very small venue and a very, very small stage.
You're a fake!
Fake? Oh, don't worry, I am real.
Direct communication between an artist on the stage and the audience is doomed to fail. This next clip is from Glee.
They're lip syncing.
I just can't control myself.
Lip syncing is very common on TV shows, but not at all common on live shows. TV studios quite often has a limited setup, so they can't mic and do the lineup for live instruments or live vocals. They're not equipped for it.
We do not lip sync, ever!
Well, a general guideline for any show, if you have to compromise, the priority would be that the music is on track, but the vocals are live. That's usually how it's done. All artists I know hates to lip sync because it's much harder than to actually sing. It's hard to lip sync because you actually have to remember to the nanosecond when you were doing a vocal sound and match the recording with the movement of your mouth. And if you don't have good enough muscle memory, it's most likely gonna show.
We don't lip sync in Glee.
Lots of performers do this now. Kristen Stewart, James Earl Jones.
It's absolutely a fair representation that people look down on lip syncing. Many artists feels like they're faking it. Well, they are faking it, but there are circumstances when it's necessary to do it.
Kiki, is it a good idea for me to lip sync at the pep assembly?
It's not a good idea. It's a great idea.
Keep in mind that next time you go to a concert, 12 hours before you show up, the crew showed up and put that all together just for you. Thank you so much for having me, Vanity Fair, and I'll see you next time.